Mr. Browner. Mr. Browner. Woo. Butts. Ooh, who's this Odin? Who's this Odin eater? Who's this Odin eater? These Odins. Ooh. Yeah, I gotta get you back in your place, huh? Gotta get you back in. Yeah, ooh, where are you? He's on the run. He's on the run. Fun running on the couch. Ooh, it's fun running. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Where are you going? Mr. Odin eater. Woo. Put this up like this, hey? Odin's got some time out on the couch here while his cage is getting cleaned. And while he's out, I'd just like to say a word about boxes. All your guinea pig needs are lots of tunnels to run through. The more tunnels you have, the better. They like lining them up even and arranging them in their own fashion. But where you get your boxes is important. We had a problem with a box. I can't say for certain it poisoned our rats, but they got very sick after I used what looked like a very clean cardboard box. It had come from an auto supply store. Yes, an auto supply store. And it was a new box. It was clean. It had stuff in it that was not toxic. Nothing had leaked onto it. And I put it in for the rats, and the next day the rats were extremely sick. And going to the vet, one of them kept getting worse. Chad kept getting worse. Jeremy recovered. I can't say it was because of the box, but there was nothing else different about their cage. I'm thinking that if it was the box, it was because the auto supply store had kept the box in a storage area that had been sprayed with poison for mice, treated with something like an insecticide. I don't know for certain. But that brings us to this video. There goes Odin. He's under the... Where you going, buddy boy? This brings us to this video. If you're going to use cardboard boxes for any small animals, there's two sources that would be most likely safe, and that is grocery store boxes, and secondly, boxes from hospitals or medical clinics. I wouldn't use boxes that you get through the mail on eBay or anything like that. I have used them with the guinea pigs with no problem, but after this happened with the rats, I'm becoming very careful about where I get the boxes from. Peekaboo, where are you going? This is fun. This is fun stuff, Ma. Woo, this is fun. Yeah. The fact is, you never know what warehouse has been sprayed with what. You don't know where the box has been sitting. You know, not that they sprayed the box, but that they could have sprayed the shelving or the flooring where the box has been sitting. So you can inquire at a grocery store, and they probably won't tell you the truth, because if they're spraying with some poisons, they're certainly not going to tell you that. But I would guess that grocery store boxes should be safe. They shouldn't be spraying with things. But I don't know what they would do in other parts of the country like to be spraying for cockroaches and things like that. We don't have cockroaches up here where we live. At least I've never seen one anywhere. But down south, where they do have cockroaches, I don't know if they would be spraying insecticides in their warehouses. So maybe the best place to get anything from is if you know someone who works at some medical facility, a hospital, a clinic, where they're certainly not going to be spraying poisons, and there would be no reason to spray anything because there's nothing that insects or rodents would be interested in there. So maybe that's the best source to get cardboard boxes for small animals. And like I say, I can't say that the box poisoned the rats, but I'm very suspicious of it. And it was just a box from an auto supply store, brand new, nice and clean. Made them very sick. And as I say, I had to have Chad put down because he kept getting worse and worse. Despite medication, nothing was helping him. If he had been poisoned, I don't think anything would have helped him anyway. Jeremy took a long time to recover. He had respiratory problems. Now, rats can carry respiratory problems, and then it can break out suddenly. They can carry the virus, and it can break out when they're stressed. But this happened the day after their cage was cleaned and the new box had been put in. So the guinea pigs have never had any trouble, and I'm using grocery store and medical boxes for them. And now he hears Mr. Browner yelling over there. Mr. Browner's yelling. You hear Mr. Browner there? You ready to go back? Listen to the budgies, they're all yelling. It's morning, everybody's yelling here. Alright, let's go back in your clean cage. There's much excitement here when their cage is fresh. It's important to keep your guinea pig's bedding dry. Like I said, you can always use the towels, the fleece. Doesn't have to be mats that are specially made if you don't want to. But the important thing is to change it enough. So that it stays nice and dry for their feet. Because you don't want them getting bumblefoot or irritated feet. So they both have clean, blankets, and they're popping around here. It's clean. Woo! It's clean. That's fun. You see what they love about the tunnels. Now these two would fight. These are two boys. Mr. Browner is not neutered, and Odin is neutered. And they would fight if they were together. I tried putting them together, and obviously I didn't think it was going to work, and they fought. But they can see each other through the bars, and if you have two males, that's a good way to keep the two males with the thing in between. They can even touch each other's noses, but they can't attack each other. There's usually a lot of male guinea pigs at shelters. The reason for that is the females generally can be bonded together in a group. The males cannot be bonded so easily in a group. And sometimes the males can be bonded and then suddenly they hate each other. So it depends. They can grow up together, and then when they get a little older, suddenly they're fighting with each other. Let's get you guys some hay, huh? Mr. Browner. Hey, little butt boy, what you doing? Mr. Browner. Now with a bunch of hay in there, they're going to start munching their hay. And there's Odin over here. So now it's time to clean out Violet. Down here, Miss Violet, it's time to clean you out. Look at how she arranges the boxes. This isn't how I put them in here. She likes pulling them around. Get these boxes out of here. She made a double tunnel there. What you doing, Violet? We gotta clean you out. Got to clean you out. We lost Mango. We had to have Mango put down. She went on for about 3 or 4 weeks with medication and was seemingly feeling okay. And then she started to go really downhill, and she ended up just sitting, getting very thin, unsteady on her feet. So I had to take her in and we had to put her down. That was very hard. And now Violet does not have a friend here. Okay, we're just going to start wrapping this up and taking it out. And we'll put Violet on the couch while this is going on. Sitting here on the couch. Hello, Violet. How you doing? You know, I've been taking in special needs animals, elderly animals, hard to place animals, overloaded shelter animals for over 30 years now. Oh, and stray animals, right? Everything from stray cats, stray rabbits. Violet was a stray guinea pig. She was found let loose in an alley with a bunch of other guinea pigs. But I haven't replaced Mango because I really need to cut down on the animals. And that's another thing. You know, some people get to be animal hoarders. I don't understand it. If it was up to me, I'd have 1 bunny, 2 guinea pigs, and 2 pigeons, and that would be it. I certainly don't like taking care of all these animals. It's like farm chores every day. Right, Violet? Where are you going? It's like farm chores every day to take care of so many animals. So I also have not replaced, as we lost our Zuzu bunny, I have not replaced her either. And I'd like to get down to a more reasonable amount of pets. It's very hard taking a trip or going anywhere when someone else has to take over taking care of all these animals and keeping them healthy and clean while you're gone. So, after 30 years of this, I think I'm ready to cut back a little bit. There's always so many guinea pigs at the shelters, and that's because they are impulse buys at the pet stores. People go and they see, oh, let's get a guinea pig, it's cute. 6 months later, They don't want them anymore, a lot of them. Kids are tired of them. Kids don't care. You know, kids, they are not, most kids are not going to stay interested in a pet. Some kids are, most of them are not. And then you have the parents, they're pretty irresponsible too, and then nobody wants to take care of the animal. So that's why guinea pigs end up so much in shelters. We have a lot of guinea pigs in shelters around here, and I would not mind taking in one more, but to replace Mango, I should say, I would not mind taking in one more to replace Mango. I really like guinea pigs. But I need to cut back on the bunnies, I think. The bunnies especially, they have to have their litter boxes cleaned and scrubbed out each day, fresh hay put in. And that's very hard on people that are taking care of this if we go on a little trip. And they're not real long trips, but still, it's a lot of work for someone who's working full-time then to come over after work and be cleaning out 7 rabbits. Miss Violet, don't even think about jumping off the couch. Don't even think about it. Because your stuff is ready over there, and I'm going to put you back and give you some lettuce, huh? What do you think? This is Violet Rutherford. And I think she does miss Mango. She was used to Mango living next to her, and then she broke through, and Mango got used to her. After quite a few years of not getting along, suddenly they did get along. But when Mango got ill, and I believe it was cancer, the vet thought it was cancer, Violet started picking on her again, and so they had to be separated again for the last couple months of Mango's life. But I think Violet does miss her, don't you? I think you do. Whoops, whoosh. Yeah, where are you going? Where are you going? We're gonna take you back now, huh? Let's grab you. Let's grab this girl. Woo! Let's grab this little girl and take her on back. Here we go. Because this is all clean for you, huh? It's all clean for you. There you go. Let's get your tunnels back in. Tunnels. Woo! You can arrange them how you want, right? Happy days. It's the fresh, clean pen, huh? What do you think? What do you think of this, huh? What do you think? She says, I gotta check these tunnels out. I gotta make sure these tunnels are right. Yeah. These are my tunnels. These are my tunnels, but they're probably not arranged properly. Yeah, I'll have to arrange them. Yes, you will. You'll have to arrange them to your liking. All right, let's get you some hay, Miss Violet. And here's some of the boys sitting here. It's only April. And our vet bills have reached over $4,000 for the year already. Mainly because of that boy right there. Because our Oliver stopped eating, was vomiting. We tried force feeding him. And of course it happened right at the time we had a big blizzard here. So I had to wait an extra day to get into the vet because the vet was closed. And it turned out he had a blockage in his small intestine, and they had to do exploratory surgery at another vet because our vet doesn't do that kind of operation. And they found 2/2 of a pistachio shell wedged in his small intestine because a pistachio shell had probably been dropped on the floor. And he had swallowed it. He was playing with it, and he swallowed it. And the nut part got digested, and the shell part didn't, and it was blocking his intestine. So he took a long recovery of 2 weeks where he couldn't jump or run, kind of kept in a cage in the back hall. And now here he is. He's feeling good again. And he's running and playing with the other cats when he's not snoozing here. And here's his pal Otis. Do not swallow anything. So another hard learned lesson there. Be really careful that you don't drop something on the floor that's small that your cat can play with and accidentally swallow. And we can't keep this up. We're getting up there to retirement age, and we can't keep this up. So I'm not going to be replacing rabbits. I'm not going to be replacing the budgies. I'm not replacing the cats. I'd like to end up with maybe 3 bunnies, 4 guinea pigs, and the pigeons, and that's it. Because it's not the expense of feeding them. The expense is in the vet bills. And of course, you have to think about that when you have the animals. Can you afford to be getting the vet care for all these animals? You know, you end up with people that are hoarders. They think they're rescuing animals or taking in animals, but they're not getting them the proper care. They're not taking care of them to keep their areas clean. They're not giving them attention that they need. That's not helping an animal if you're hoarding animals. I mean, that's a mental condition that people have. But there's a limit to what you can take care of, what you can afford vet-wise, what you can afford to do to keep them clean and give them enough attention. Because remember, all these animals also need attention from you. They can't just live isolated in a pen. They need some petting and care and you know, bringing them out and holding them. There are other ways to help out animals. You can volunteer at your local shelter. That's what I've started doing now. I don't want to see the animals in the shelter. I don't want to see them because then I feel bad, you know. And I've just joined a group that raises money, that does fundraisers for the shelter animals. So we'll end this video with our little wild boy here. Our costly little wild boy. Right, Oliver? Think about boxes, where your boxes come from for your small animals. Think about what you can afford before you get yourself in too deep. And remember, you can always help out animals in other ways by volunteering. Okay, we'll see you next time.